I don't know how to relax. And I think it's because I don't know how to work hard, and I don't think that you are able to enjoy relaxing until you have worked hard enough for that relaxation to be warranted. Like, my mom has been a hairstylist her whole life, and now she's moved into driving for the studios, and she's always, had to work to fit her lifestyle and stuff. And so when she relaxes, the way, and she's been a mother, she raised 2 boys. So the way a mother relaxes, I don't think anyone can ever reach. Like, nobody can enjoy a blanket as much as a good, hardworking mother can. A shitty mom just sits under a Pink Panther blanket all day and smokes parliaments laying down. And she doesn't even enjoy it. But a good mom at like 7:30 is like, ooh, I'm gonna make popcorn and I'm gonna watch a movie and gonna get under a blanket, and that's something we all envy. When I was I'm really trying not to steal a bit from my good friend and former podcast co-host Dylan Sullivan. When we were in a cabin during the pandemic for about 2 months, that was a bit that he would do all the time, is pretend to be a mother, and he would get under a blanket and go, oh gosh, I'm just so cozy under this blanket. And it was one of the funniest things anybody's ever done, to be frank. And you could write a whole movie around him doing that character. Just dress him up in a wig, and it would win Oscars. But what's funny about that bit is that me and him, I guess, I can't know for sure, but had similar moms enough that bit made sense to both of us. We both had moms that did a really wonderful job as being a mom, and the spoils of their toils is a blanket. And I guess if you wanted to be pessimistic, there's almost something sad about it, that it's like all they have is a blanket and a glass of Crystal Light and maybe like a flattened pretzel. You know those, like the pretzel chips where you take a pretzel and you flattened it, and then maybe you put like everything bagel seasoning on it, and then you toast it so it's like a flat pretzel chip. That, a Crystal Light, and a blanket that is like a little like furry almost, or a little cozy. And then under that, watching a show that, you don't even care that much about, because every 6 months a mom has a new show that she's excited about. Me and him both understand that concept, because we had good moms. We had good, and I think this goes across all races, okay? I think every mom of that caliber, that is how they relax. Maybe they voice it in different ways, but at the end of the day, a good mom ends up under a blanket. If the job is done, a mom will be blanketed by 7:30 to 8. That's a fact, okay? And they don't want to watch anything on TV that's too violent or stressful or anything like that, because they've just raised 2 boys the whole day. They don't want to see any more fighting. They've had enough. They don't want to see a gun, because there's tons of fake guns laying around the house that they did buy for them and are not totally happy about how the boys are using them. But, listen, you get a couple toy guns. You got a 7-year-old and an 11-year-old. Sooner or later, somebody is going to pretend to be Osama bin Laden, and you, as a good mother, have to laugh that off. Because if you get really mad and you make a big deal out of it, then you're going to radicalize your boys. As a parent, you have to have a hands-off approach to terrorism, because otherwise they're going to go, what's the one thing mom hated? Boko Haram. Next thing you know, Matthew from Sherman Oaks is in Africa, and he's pissed, And so that's something you have to be aware of, It's listen, in the new world, it's not cowboys and Indians anymore, okay? It is civilians and terrorist groups